Wait! Are we on the internet? I think we are on the internet. Here we go. Hello, everyone. I'm just going to wait and see if this actually appears in the... Oh, look. There's the live broadcast. Here we go. Right. Hello, everyone. I'm just going to wait and see if this actually appears. Okay, I'm going to save you from that annoying feedback. Thank you for coming back to the world's most boring live broadcast ever. So we're coding transparency policies of people who signed up to the WHO joint statement on trials transparency in May 2017. When they signed that document, they said we're going to post our new policies in 12 months, within 12 months of signing. And the new policies they promised would include various elements around making sure trials are registered, making sure they're registered properly, making sure registry data is kept up to date, making sure that they report results within 12 months, making sure that they declare appropriately about terminated trials and all of that stuff. Now, the WHO joint statement was really fantastic, but the question is whether people actually followed through and delivered. So that's what we are checking up on today. Now, do not expect hilarious, funny YouTube content. We're going to be going through documents.
Speak for yourself.
Well, yeah, we could try harder. It's late. We've got ginger nuts. That's the most we can hope for. Nobody knows why I'm so grotesquely obese. Now, plan of action. If you look in the details below, you'll see a copy of the paper that we're writing. Best practice in my team, we always try and write the paper, write the introduction and the methods before you really start doing the project. And we've got the coding frame, so the spreadsheet that we're extracting data into. And we've got a list of documents that are the documents that we're checking to see if those commitments are present. I am personally feeling tired right now, but that is okay. You might have to be the one with a sunny disposition today, Sheila. I don't know.
I was up at 4:30, so.
Okay, well then you've got all the cortisol necessary to be manic at this time.
Let's do it.
Right. So
not many left.
That's true. There are 6
and
left.
And I've had a sneaky peek at them so far.
So
I will get off the
yeah. Have you been adding?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, hang on. Have you not got edit access?
I do. I didn't add it.
Oh no. Okay. Well,
so I cut you off. Have I been adding what?
Have you been adding links that you found into this?
No, I told you. That's why I emailed them to you just now.
Oh, well, I gave you
so,
edit.
Did
I not? No. God damn it. Sorry, I was on a call. All right. Let's just for the avoidance of doubt, we're not really talking to you. We're talking to each other, and we're kind of just sharing this in case anyone's interested. And also maybe if anybody ever wants to go back and see how we worked. It's kind of, you know, an audit of our audit, as it were, radical transparency in action. All right, where's your email? Sheila, policies. Okay, so I'm going to put these in 2 screens side by side. So if anyone's interested, the document that I'm in is June 1 audit orgs, which you should have access to. Shout at us on Twitter or YouTube if you don't. I can see, in fact, that there are people in the document. So your email said, Epicenter, you couldn't find anything.
Neither could Nick.
And neither could Nick, okay, but it's kind of a subsidiary of MSF.
Yeah. If
you work for Epicenter or MSF, tell us if we're wrong. We're happy to hear. You can email me, tweet at me. MSF, you've got a load of things. Oh, brilliant, including pages which timed out. Okay. Nick didn't think he could find anything, but you found a few. Everything that you sent me in this email is fine to share in the shared document, right? There's no inappropriate sweariness or anything.
Let me just review that.
That's all right to me. Okay, good. It's interesting. It's very leaky and peculiar, you know, letting people watch you work. Yeah. And then find You've got some, Nick thought it was very thin, you thought it was pretty thin too. And then Medicines for Malaria Venture, you've got these 2 links. You think those are in addition to the ones that Nick found?
Mind you, they don't add much.
Good.
Just for completeness.
All right, cool. Actually, just out of interest, let's, for sort of visual clarity for us, we did DNDI, didn't we? Did we? Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we finished.
I'm just going to strike through all the ones that we've done. Okay, now, for the illusion of forward plot movement, should we just kill off the ones where there's basically nothing and just get them done? So, which do you think those are? Who's got nothing? India's got a long one, hasn't it?
It's got the longest, yeah.
Epicenter, we can basically say fairly confidently, nothing happening. All right, why don't I share my screen for that? Hoping that I managed to share the right bit of screen and not emails from my sister. That's the window I want to share, isn't it? Share. Yeah, fine. All right, good. Okay, so if anybody's watching along, the WHO audit data frame, the spreadsheet document, is the one that we're populating. And this, the window that I'm sharing at the moment, is us reading other people's documents. Let me see if Nick's joining us. All right, hang on. I'm just going to DM the link to Nick, but not post it in our group Slack channel, just in case random people from my team click on it and appear in Hangouts. Okay. Epicenter.
Epicenter.
Okay, so this is the front page of Epicenter, and we've looked around and we can't find anything.
Yeah.
Just on the off chance that I can be the annoying person who finds it really quickly when you've spent ages looking, which is, I've been on both sides of that comedy. All right, no. Well, nothing there, is there?
So for out of interest for MSF and for Find and Epicenter, I pretended I was a researcher and I googled how it would apply to get research in case an application process or some terms and conditions came up, but that wasn't very useful.
Fine.
So far, out of interest for MSF and for Find.
Hey Nick, you need to
search and I googled how it would apply in case an application process or some terms and conditions came up, but
hey man.
I have to head out.
Oh, okay.
A minute.
You need to. I've got horrible feedback.
Sorry, hold on. Sorry about that.
Okay. Hey, how's it going?
Head out in a few minutes, but I will be here in the meantime.
Cool. We just had a look at Epicenter. If you want to be like sort of fully culturally in sync with us, we're eating ginger nuts right now.
I just had an Oreo.
Nice. Okay. So it's cool. Culturally appropriate food stuff. All right. So we're doing the easy ones quickly first. Epicenter, there's just nothing there.
Yeah, there's just they're affiliated with MSF, so I guess they're sort of part of maybe perhaps MSF's commitment, but not. They are represented as a signatory as their own organization, so they should really have their own policies.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean they've got nothing, so. All right, so done. That was nice and refreshingly swift. MSF. So, having a hard time finding documents. This is a recurring challenge with this sort of project, isn't it? But all we can do is do our best, and then we get in touch with them and say, hey, if anyone from MSF is watching along, we're talking about you on the internet, and you don't seem to have trials transparency policies despite having signed up to say that you were gonna.
It looks like Sheila found some additional stuff. that may be.
Well, let's have a look.
Don't get your hopes up.
Operational research policy framework. This looks a bit like
more a how-to than a one should, and in fact, it doesn't say one should.
And that's important. That's an important distinction. When we did the JAMA audit, we definitely came across some, how to, or this is how we wish the world was stuff, which is not the same as this is how we require it to be stuff.
There's a lot of chat about ethics. Yeah. Fine. Just nothing.
I think you'll find out.
There's just nothing here, is there? From the contents list, and there are no appropriate search terms. Data sharing policy. I presume this will be a bit of the old motherhood and apple pie.
This is quite technical, actually. This is about how to prepare your data set for sharing, and also for sharing in MSF's own collection of data sets.
Oh, well, that's good.
And then how
especially in
request access, how to put together an application for access to an existing data set.
Yeah, but nothing about trials, registration, anything else.
Not that I can find.
So they get one big tick for
supportive of data sharing for sure.
Yeah, there's no mention of WHO 2017 anywhere. Okay, so they get a yes for some motherhood and apple pie action around IPD. Okay, just close that window. All right, they've got an ethics review board. I'd have thought. Well, anyway.
Yeah, they have an ethics review board. I was really helpful for that, but
it's just who's on it.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay. Okay. Fine. Nothing there. And lastly, charter and principles is this.
That was Slushing and Straws.
A serious apple pie recipe. Okay, well, MSF, no policies. That's pretty sad.
It is. I was sad as well.
Such a good organisation.
Such a good organisation with such great campaigns for access to medicines and things like that.
Yeah. What a tragedy. What a shame as well to go to the trouble of, like, I don't think they came to the meeting, but they, two parts of the organisation sign up and say we're going to develop a proper trials transparency policy, and then you don't. Very odd. Anyway, okay. Next, let's cross them off in that sheet. Hey, internet, talk to us. What do you think about MSF? Maintain our motivation. We need, like, this is, I don't know. It's not that I feel these things, but it is sort of sad.
It is a pity.
3 viewers. Do you know, I reckon, I think you're right. I think doing this at the end of the day, who the hell? Who on earth?
Yeah. I said nobody would watch. So 3 is.
For posterity.
Yeah, exactly.
For completeness.
But right now you've got a baby to bath or a pint of beer to drink. Okay, so next. Should we do DFID, find medicines for malaria? Have any of them got anything?
They all have the tiniest thing.
Okay.
Need to run
all right.
down.
Well, let's do them in the order they're here. DFID.
DFID.
So we'll look at that DFID document.
They have a detailed open access policy.
Okay, so that might contain.
I think.
Remind myself. God, they got policies on not doing horrific things under the guise of aid. There's nothing here that looks like it's even slightly to do with research, though.
So they have this DFID research open and enhanced access policy.
Oh, okay. Links, that's another one of the different links. Okay, so let me just check. Governance in developing. Oh, gosh, right. Those were parent pages. Governance in developing college. Oh, wow. I'm caught in someone's dreadful tag schema here, aren't
Gov.uk has some work to do to make
to make their documents discoverable.
Because
that's a general observation. Everything is under everything.
It's an unoriginal observation.
Yeah.
Everything's at the same level.
I know.
Everything is just put there.
I know.
In a list.
Jimmy Carter and Guinea worm. Okay, all right. So that was no good. Oh right, somebody's made an FOI request. Till. Good old Till. Okay. Yeah. Alrighty. Might be some stuff here. Okay, so this is research at DFID.
Right, so that was the next page where I found the open access policy, which doesn't actually talk about publication. On registers, hold on, I'll put them all.
I know. Well, no, but you need the implementation guide. I agree. We could live without the text-only version. DFID's policy opens up a world of global research. Okay. Quick scan of that.
So, Ben, I just had a question about DFID and the way it fits into the larger. Are there any
overarching policies in government
that would cover DFID? Yeah, in the UK structure.
That's a really
not that usually we in the past we haven't counted that. We make them say it themselves just to be like fully clear. But I'm just curious.
So I have screamed and shouted on numerous occasions about the need for the behavioural insights team and all of the other jokers doing RC2s in government to set up a register their trials, be a little bit clearer about how they're going to analyse their data rather than just going, hurrah, we did a trial and it had a positive result. I've never found any evidence of that happening, so that leads me to believe that the answer is no.
Okay.
I haven't covered in the Magenta book either, which is the kind of civil service guide on how to evaluate the impact of a thing.
We've read quite a few of those books recently because we've been lobbying for a central register of government commissioned research.
Yeah.
Different thing.
Well, that geezer from LSE did quite a good thing on that, didn't he? Do you want to have a quick look at the Magenta book, maybe, Sheila? Can you bear it?
Even if I found something, would we?
Such a long and boring document.
No, I mean, some of us enjoy that kind of thing.
Yeah, no, okay.
But even if I found something, would we transpose that onto DFID? Is DFID signed as DFID, and DFID runs quite, siloed DFID research?
Data management plan. Yeah, I mean, I agree. Forget it. Data sets. Okay, so there's chat about the importance of sharing data. So I think they get a motherhood and apple pie tick for data, but nothing on actually making sure that they publish the results of trials that they do, which is tragic. DFID, huge budget. Do we think DFID do trials? You'd hope so. I mean, they'd certainly be
why would they
involved in people.
Right. So that's the big question, because there's a few of these where I'm like, because like Epicenter is like an epidemiological research unit, but why would they have signed up to this if they didn't have a reason? That was just an odd. Always something to consider. Like you would imagine that every organization that signed up to this thinks that they will be or have done trials.
Well, I suppose the worst, the possibility, the sort of the friendly answer is that there's somebody in the organization who thinks transparency is really important and just wanted to add their organizational oomph to it, even though they don't personally do trials, which would be a good thing. So I think that's an interesting extra methodological glitch. Actually, we should probably find out whether these organizations do actually do any trials.
Let's just ask them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can be, if we do go out and ask people, we should probably just include like, hey, can you confirm? Because I mean, we had 2 organizations in the JAMA audit come back to us and proactively say, hey, we don't fund trials. We don't work that way.
Yeah. And there's no doubt that wait, that's a no and a no. Yeah, we don't want to penalise people for just adding their organisational weight to a nice fun thing and in the name of doing some political good, do we? Okay, down. this is all very open access policy, isn't it? And as I said before, it's kind of interesting again that people are obsessed with open access, and why did that happen? Like, but anyway. Yeah, this is all OA guff and a bit of friendly stuff about data. Oh, the DFID Ethics Principles for Research and Evaluation, Principle 8, Publication and Communication. Reference 3 on this page. That's 404 not found as usual. Man, the ability of the British government to let links go dead is quite extraordinary. Research for development editorial policy might also be relevant. This is exclusively let's just have that over next. God's sake. How can you write this much about making it cheaper to access an academic paper, but not mention publishing results? It's just extraordinary. Oh my God. I mean, they really are saying the same thing 100 times.
Yeah, they are. Once in the table, once in bullet points, once in paragraphs.
Oh. Oh my God. This really is extraordinary. How many different ways can you say use open access?
So DFID definitely funds trials. There's a DFID MRC Wellcome Trust Global Health Trials scheme and everything. So they're certainly a trial funder.
Okay. Wait, that didn't work. So I want that. Oh wait, no, hang on. That. Oh, I think that may mean I have to go. I'm afraid. I have to go in about 2 minutes. All right. That didn't work. Oh, if I take the 3 off, does that work? Yes. DFID Ethics Principles for Research and Evaluation. Committed to publication and communication of all evaluations, full methodological details and information on whose should be given. Well, if that's that, then
make sure to pop a link to that into the document.
Yeah. Well, I'll put it in the. Yeah, I'll put it in there. But I don't think there's anything really codable there, is there? I mean, it's.
No, but that's fine. But we can at least say we checked it.
Yeah.
But it's where possible data should be shared. So.
Well, no, I mean, they say you should. You know, it's committed to publication and communication of all evaluations and studies. It's difficult. It's such a sort of vague thing. You know, does it get them a thing on the scoring sheet for have a policy on reporting results? I mean, that's not a policy, is it? It doesn't. I mean, there's certainly no timeline or anything like that. It's just.
No.
That's the best. That's literally all we can find. Isn't it extraordinary that DFID has got so much material about open access, and that's it when it comes to actually reporting the results of studies, with everything that we know about the non-reporting rates?
It just seems like a humanitarian aid organization would particularly want to be on top of making sure their results are shared far and wide.
Anyway, yeah. Okay, so it's not in there. Publications, research and analysis. This is a bunch of things, a bunch of individual reports. No, that's not in there. Oh my God, they are utterly obsessed with open access publishing. Oh my God, oh my God. Right, fine, fascinating, but irrelevant. All right, research and development editorial policy. That's, I'd say, our last hope. Oh my God, this is just talking about open access again in another way, in some different words. Oh my God, open access activity reported during the project monitoring cycle. This is another document. How, I mean, if you add up the person time involved in all of this.
Is that a new document?
Yes. This is extraordinary. This extensive literature review around the benefits of making it cheaper to read papers. And nothing on reporting. It's just extraordinary. This is truly extraordinary. I mean, I know not everybody shares my preoccupations, right? I'm just saying I cannot quite compute the sheer scale of their repetitive documents about how important open access is. Is that not a bit weird?
Definitely put a link to this one in the list as well. This link as well.
This is all in response, if you read it in a little detail, to the Finch review. They must have had a mandate come down across all departments and show us how you're responding fully to this.
But I mean, if you think about, you know, we hang out with the kind of people who write those kinds of reports for civil service, right? Like each of those documents was some part or another spending. That was like a couple of months' work to read it, a bunch of other people reading it and signing off on it. Like that is a gigantic amount of person time to say the same thing over and over and over again about open access. Well, that's extraordinary. Okay, so the only people we've got left to do are Indian Council of Medical Research, FIND, and Medicines for Malaria Venture. I'm afraid to say I'm going to have to go. So we've got 3 left. Sorry, everyone.
That's okay. I have to go too.
We've worked magnificently. It's been beautiful. Shame about your plane.
It was most of the trains though.
Me and Nick
seem to catch up time on the plane.
Yeah, I really. Well, yeah.
Well, not catch up.
Just sort of step on the gas. All right, look. I might do these on my own on Monday, Tuesday. If not,
I'll tell you what, why don't we both do them and compare? It'd be almost like doing it together.
Yeah, we could do. Yeah.
My pulling those documents was almost the first pass by me. So.
Yeah. All right, well, let's chat about that offline, maybe.
Right.
Good. All right, well, that was pleasurable, as always. I think this is the least informative of all the videos that we've made, but that's okay. I'm going to start making proper videos, you know.
But this is fun. When we write up the paper and submit it, we can say our complete methods and data collection is available online for all to see.
Well, you know, we were thinking about doing this for compare, because sometimes it would take like 5 hours to code one paper to see if it properly reported its outcomes. But we just thought the 5 hours would involve quite a lot of sort of hysteria and laughter and sort of ruder versions of OMG. Look at what JAMA have done this time. So we just, yeah, it would have made it too slow to do it. Anyway, goodbye, Internet. See you later, Nick. Have fun. See you. Well, we'll chat soon. Yeah. Do you need me for anything, Nick? Is there anything that we've got going? All right. Have a nice time in America. See you later.